Hey there, everybody. I thought it might be a nice morning to show you what I've been doing with my Use What You Have big project that may extend beyond December 31st, 2020, because I'm just having a really good time with it, y'all. As most of you know, I challenged myself to just use what I have until the end of the year. Now, that means I haven't been to Michael's and I haven't bought paper pads. What I'm doing here is I am making my own mixed media background paper. Now, these papers will, they're going through a transformation, and I'll show you kind of the way the book starts. The book starts like this, and it is just loaded with packing paper. And it's bound with my desk papers, our drop papers that we always have on our desk. But in this case, I like to go to the Dollar Tree and buy poster board, and that's basically what I use to cover my desk area when I'm working. Now, these pages have been going through like their little transformations, so I'll kind of just show you what I got going here. I highly recommend this, you guys, because it will give you the confidence, to DIY your own paper. And as we are still, in the throes of pandemic, and we're kind of budgeting our trips, and we may be even budgeting our budget, which I find myself budgeting my budget right now. I think that it's really smart to just be able to use what you have. And, packing paper, there's a lot of it right now after the holiday season. And, let's not add it to the landfill. Let's do something with it. So I'm just going to take you through the creation of a page. I'm going to paint some things. I'm going to show you how I'm using this little newsprint publication that I really do love. I've already painted a page in the publication. I've already finished a couple pages over here today, so I'll show you how those turned out. I'm adding texture by just using dryer sheets. Dryer sheets, y'all are going to laugh, but it's like one of those things that I have never ever bought before. As the winter progresses, I get, and I don't know if it's my hair or, because I'm wearing a lot of layers in the winter, or what it is, but I have like this real problem with static cling and static electricity. I can, and you guys have probably heard this before, I can get out of my car and it nearly electrocutes me. And it's sort of, it's a wee disconcerting, to get shocked like that, like all the time. And so it's like, darn, man. So, yeah, I bought dryer sheets. Not typically something I would do, because I don't think they're probably, anytime something has a scent, it's not really actually supposed to be that great for you. Unless it's an herbal, a pure herbal, like, I'm really fond of the scent of basil, so I tend to use some basil in my house. When it's fresh from the garden. And that's kind of my scent, and sometimes I'll use lemon balm, and I just put it in a vase, with some water, and, wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. You've got a, you've got a nice scent going on in your house, and it's not, an unnatural scent. But anyway, I had to have the unnatural scent because I have got to not be electrocuted when I exit vehicles, and it is like quite a pop. And so I decided to just go ahead and bite the bullet and buy dryer sheets. I know that sounds really like trivial and trite, but That's what I did. All right, we're using the aforementioned dryer sheets, what a story, to add to these packing paper pages. And I haven't painted these at all, but we're going to let the painted strips kind of add to our fun over here. And then, of course, using the strips of dryer sheet, because it's totally perfect. It is, you know, it's like the perfect texture. Chris is pounding on something in the garage. And when he cannot find a part, he fabricates a part for the cars that he works on. He is like a genius, man. All right, let's just put one more little yellow layer up here. I know that I've set this off to the side because I'm working this way, okay? That's another really great, a really great little way to work on these books, because you can be doing several things at one time, and then you can just pick up this book and get it out of the way. All right, I've got strips left, so I will do a couple things. You know, let's take out this little publication. I do this every time I go downstairs. When I come back up, this is all set up for me to paint. So at the end of the day, I have quite a lovely stash of painty papers. Let's do these like this. And we've got this here. See, that's such a nice, I mean, it's kind of even opaque, you know. Oh, I'm sorry, not opaque. Is it translucent? You can see through it. And then I think I'll also add a few things here. And here we go. See, isn't that neato? It really bulks up this paper. And you know, if you're working with newsprint, you got to bulk that stuff up. If you're working with packing paper, you got to bulk that stuff up as well. I hope you guys had a super nice Christmas. My paint decided it's not going to come out right this moment. I mean, not my paint, my glue. I could cut something in the top of it. And I have nothing to dig it out. Hold on. How did that happen? I don't know how that happened. How does anything happen? This happens. This is also one of those little projects that is like, it's fulfilling. It's, you know, it gives you a lot of fulfillment to, at the end of the day, to have so much pretty paper to play with, you know, and you didn't order anything, you didn't bust your budget to... We're just adding some collage-y kind of stuff here. Happy thoughts. We've got a butterfly over here from the same publication, okay? So, you know, I'm working with packing paper and a publication. That's it. You know, nothing else is on my desk except for paint. And there's you know, quite a lot of paint. This is lovely too. Become the sky and the clouds that create the rain, not the gutter that carries it to the drain. Isn't that a sweet thought? There we go. All right, now we've got some stuff going on here, which is really nice. Let's add a little bit of color, and I think I'm just gonna go with, I don't really want something like really, let's go with some blue. Now I'm gonna shake the blue. Hard for me to remember that. This is a very natural process. It's a great little flow process. And put some blue over here. You can tell, you know, using what I have, I'm starting to really run out of things. I've also got some envelopes up here, so I'm just going to kind of hit the envelopes with a little bit of blue too. I'm not going to worry about swiping that at the moment. I'm just going to kind of let it sit there for a second. This is not a big whoop, y'all. It's stuff you've seen before, but it may, you know, encourage you to kind of think about bulk creating. And that's kind of where I find myself right now, you know, with my challenge. I issued myself the challenge right when I ran out of paper. It's like, darn, man. All right, we're done with this. So I'm going to leave that on the rest of the magazine, okay? So we've got this left. I'm going to work on these two things right now. I love this. Nature does not hurry, yet everything is accomplished. Wow, Sue. I think we'll just put some paint over this, and then we'll be ready to just simply create with this next piece of paper. Don't waste your paint. Okay, we got that done. And kind of pull this off to the side, and you say, oh, well, you might get some sticky going on there, and you know sticky is cool with me. If something pulls off, I think it's very interesting. You can see my globs of paint. Let's see if we can smush them down a little bit, but I can tell that's not smushing. So we'll get rid of that. Okay. I do the whole envelope, even the window part. Now I'm swiping my paint on my paper, you know, on my desk paper. It's like I said, y'all, I mean, it's nothing that you have not seen before, but maybe this will encourage you to use what you have, be super free in the way that you're creating, have fun with it. I've found myself of late, you know, watching some videos on YouTube, and you know, I'm always interested how different people approach what we're all doing over here. And some folks are very, you know, very precise and just do such beautiful things. And you know, some people are kind of like slam it down, and I'm more of the slam it down kind of girl. I just like to be, I like the motion and the sound of art. I like the way that it feels when you're creating, you know, when you're really in that moment and you're just kind of giving it all you've got, and having a spectacularly wonderful time with it. And to me, that is what art is all about. Art is less about the outcome and more of the action. You know, to me, art is an action verb, man. It's not the end of the project. It is the creation of it. You know, it's the feel of it, it's the motion of it, it is the energy as you are creating. Did that sound preachy? I didn't mean for it to sound preachy. It's a truism. I like the texture of popping the... I even like looking at my spreaders. Look at this one. I decided to just leave this one because to me it looks like a field, and then there's a house up here, and then there are other houses in the background, and this is a sky. So, I mean, do you see it? I might be the only one who sees it like that. Another, you know, piece of art that you've done, that you've created. It's got some soul to it. All right, guys, I'm going to stop right here because if I don't, I'm going to have paint all over what I'm wearing today. Thank you for hanging out with me for this little inspiring art chit-chat. Do your thing. Practice your flow. Remember, it's more about the action than the outcome. Have fun. Be joyful. Experience your soul. And have a great day, y'all. See you soon. Bye.